Good morning. It is September the 9th, 2020. I've chose to date my videos, tell you the day. It's Wednesday. It's September the 9th and it's 2020. You may watch this 2 years down the road, but I have learned over the years that when God is speaking to you, He can speak to you from somebody's video 2 years ago, 2 months ago, 2 days ago, or even today. But today, this is Wednesday. So every Wednesday and Friday, I put out videos. On Wednesday, I put out videos or content about my book. I've started a journey of reading my book through on Wednesdays. And then on Fridays, I leave like a coaching tip, motivational, inspirational. I'll bring maybe a scripture and bring some kind of insight with it and try to encourage you to pursue that calling, pursue that passion, whatever that is that lingers in the background and keeps you up at night, or you wake up and you go on your regular routine, but yet there's like something in the background that's screaming to get out. I know I've been there. But if this is the first time you've ever been with me, my name is Sheila Texter. This is Sheila's One Stop Coaching Channel. And I call it Sheila's One Stop because I'm an author. I'm writing books. I am also, I've got a certificate to be a life coach. I bought a program and got the certificate and kind of went through their modules. But yet, I'm learning every day as I go. Really, there's just some things you won't learn until you experience them and go through them. So that's what my goal is, to be a life coach. I'm also writing. I'm not just writing this book. I will have a Life After the Mistake 2. Hopefully within a couple of years, I'm hoping to get that book wrote. But I am also writing some Be devotionals. And I just finished my first one. I got the last two devotionals done this past Monday on Labor Day. I've got them sent, or my proofreader and editor/editor, she's been working on it for probably about a month already. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully, maybe in 2 or 3 weeks, a month, it'll be ready to go on Amazon and it'll be ready to sell. So I'm excited about that. And I've got, I want to do 11 more. That's my goal. By the year of 2022, my goal is to have at least 12, and I'm hoping to have more. But I'm just, thinking realistically, because I am a wife and I am raising, even though I'm fixing to be 55, I am raising a 10-year-old. We are doing virtual schooling right now, which starts about 8 o'clock in the morning and does not end till 3 and 3:30 in the afternoon. I am also started my own college classes in computers because I want to grow in that area. I want to learn. I want to learn how to do web design, just all that. But you have to kind of start out in the basic, which is computer applications, and that's what I'm in right now. And I only took one class. I'm sorry, guys, because my allergies and sinuses are messing with me today. But I only took one class this semester, and I'm glad that I did. Actually, my advisor only put me in one class because I kind of told her what was going on, that I was going to be doing the virtual schooling with my grandson, and that I would not be able to come to the school. I would have to do whatever I did online, because when the times that they offered me to come would be the times that I was here at my house helping my grandson. Even right now, while I'm doing this video, he is watching some of his videos for his language arts and reading and things like that, and learning. So I'm in here doing this video. But I'm just excited. I just know that great things take time. I know that it's just not going to happen overnight. And I've got a plan. I've got a goal that by the year of 2022, in June of 2022, I'm hoping to have all 12 of my devotionals wrote, have my second book wrote, and be an official life coach, have some life coach programs, some things like that people can purchase, or just whatever God says. That's what I want to do. I'm just praying, and I'm working my way toward what I see and what I feel like God is taking me in that path. So I'm going to, without any further ado, I'm going to go in here and finish reading chapter 1. Because on Wednesdays, from now until I get through with the book, I will be reading out of my book. I wanted to read a chapter each time, but it seems like it takes a little bit longer, and I don't want to give you too much that you can't absorb it at one time. So I'm going to read, this is the rest of chapter 1. I've read the other chapter 1 in the last 2 videos. If you want to go all the way back and start watching those, you can. I think the title on my YouTube thing is Reading Chapter 1, Kings Still Fall. So that's the name of this chapter, Kings Still Fall. So I'm going to go back and start reading. Now last week, and this was the last paragraph that I read last week. I've been on both sides of this spectrum. Now we're talking about adultery, infidelity, failure in the church, falling in this sin. I've been on both sides of this spectrum. I know what it's like to be so heartbroken that everything feels numb. It's like a movie that you want to end. Everybody else seems to be going on with their lives while yours is standing still. This feeling can be found in almost every tragedy, and especially in divorce. You can find life after tragedy, after the fall, after the affair, and yes, even after the divorce. So this is the new reading here. As my heart goes out to the one that has been hurt, I also feel empathy for the ones who have failed. While many are able to move on post-infidelity, I have met many women within the church who struggle to put the pieces back together. We're not here to pull these sins out from under the blood of Christ. They have been forgiven and thrown into the sea of forgetfulness. Our goal is to get you to do the same. Many people are still locked in their own prison of guilt and shame, reliving the sin over and over, while their former co-conspirator in the affair is able to recover more quickly, getting back to normal life. Let's get real here. It can be downright frustrating. Social media can be especially painful. All smiles and anniversaries. Life seems to be going well for them, and sometimes it truly is. The feeling you get when you see their happiness may not be a good feeling. That is precisely why I'm writing this book. Because, my dear sweet friend, I want to keep you from drowning. You may feel hurt, angry, and sometimes even jealous. But God is asking you to let it go. Let go of what was and step into what is. Get your life back. Go back to your first love, the love of God. The great heart surgeon has his surgical knife prepared to cut out that lost feeling of hopelessness that you want to get rid of so desperately. God is well aware of all those emotions that are wearing you down. Your inner man is screaming, "Please unlock the door and let me out." Time is standing still for no one. Years are passing you by. Get that excited, joyous feeling back in your life. Truly start living again. More than just going through the motions. You may have a job. You may have stayed in your marriage. You might even still go to church regularly. Oh yes, the church. We will address that in the next few chapters. But it's common that you don't feel normal. You don't feel happy, and you may not have yet recovered. Now that's chapter 1. And honey, I'm telling you, everything that I just read, and I wrote this book, I experienced every bit of that. So I know other women has experienced the same thing. You know, if their incident played out like that. But at the end of every chapter, you may not see it because of the light, but at the end of every chapter, we had some spaces because of the pictures and things like that. So on the blank pages, my editor's like, you want to put some scriptures there or some quotes? And I said, well, the book is already laced with scriptures. There's a scripture before every chapter, and then there's scriptures laced in the chapter. So I thought, you know what? A good quote would be good. So I went hunting for quotes. And I tried my best to match the quote with that chapter. The quotes are at the end of the chapter. They're not necessarily at the beginning. They're at the end. There's scriptures at the beginning and quotes at the end. They're not quotes at all of them because all of them didn't end on a blank page. But some of the chapters ended with a blank page next. So we filled it in with a quote. This is the quote that goes with chapter 1. I mean, I was blown away when I found this quote. The greatest king of Israel, King David, the author of the Psalms, sent a man out to die in battle so he could sleep with his wife. Robert Duvall was the man that quoted that. Now, he had already slept with his wife. I mean, in a sense. He'd already slept with Bathsheba. Then he sent the man out, but he was going to try to cover up his sin. So he sent, I can't think of her name, Uriah. I can't think of the Bathsheba's husband's name right now. Uriah, I think, maybe, yeah, Uriah. He sent him out. He sent a note, a letter, for him to be out on the front line to get killed. He intended for that man to get killed so he could continue to sleep with Bathsheba and continue his life with her. Now, you think you've done some stuff? Not compared to David. But anyway, so next week, now that was Kings Still Fall. So chapter 2, next week we'll start with Good People Fall. Kings fall, we fall. But good people fall. So that's going to be starting next week. We'll read in chapter 2. I don't know how much of chapter 2 we'll read. You know, I thought I'd be able to read the whole chapter 1 in one setting, but I wasn't. Like I say, I don't want to overwhelm my listeners. But I'm thinking seriously. I've also been thinking about doing a video on Thursdays. Wednesday will be about my book. It'll all still fall under Sheila's One Stop. On Wednesdays it'll be about my book. I'll be reading out of my book, sharing my writing journey. And I'm thinking about on Thursdays having a prayer. I don't know if I may just have just a screen and have the prayer. I'm still kind of, weighing that one out. Because, like I say, I'm doing virtual schooling with my grandson at 10 years old. I'm taking a college class. I'm also in the process of writing bee devotionals. And I've got this YouTube channel that I put out videos twice a week. And they take time. Now, I'm not in it, real professionally. I don't have no studio. I don't have a team setting up my stuff. I don't go back and edit my videos. I don't go back and spend hours editing my videos. I'm just me reading and sharing, reading out of my book and sharing my journey. I'm just a down to earth. I'm not going to say I'm just a run of the mill, woman, but I'm just a child of God. I'm a child of God with a desire and a passion to move forward, to leave something behind, to leave a legacy behind for my children, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially. I want to have things set up to where, that things can be better for them financially. And with that, hopefully they will pursue some things. I don't know what's going to happen in the years to come. I don't know. But we serve a God that knows. So I'm going to get off of here. I hope y'all had a great Labor Day. And I'll be back Friday with a coaching, motivational, inspirational tip from the Bible. I might even start on Fridays after my B Bible, my B devotional is ready. I may start reading a devotional on Fridays and just kind of, and going a little deeper into that scripture and that insight possibly. But until Friday, y'all guys have a great week. Like I always say, stay prayerful, stay strong, stay encouraged. We are in a tough season, but God is tougher. I put this on Facebook the other day, and it's so true. Things are changing, but God is still the same God. He's as powerful as he was in the Old Testament. He's as powerful as he was when he split the Red Sea. He's as powerful as he was when he raised Lazarus from the dead. He's still God. And if we will make sure that we have our connection with him, no matter what comes, now I'm not saying that things won't happen to us, because that would be silly and unwise. Because it happens, life reigns on the just and the unjust just alike. Good, bad, and ugly happens to us all. But the difference is if you have a strong enough relationship with God, when the ugly comes and the heartache comes and the bad comes, it'll be just like a bump in the road, and you'll just keep going, because this place is not your home. You know that there's a better home awaiting you. So until Friday, you guys have a great day. I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for the weather to get cooler. But today it's supposed to be pretty warm. But until Friday, y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.